Welcome to SwitchClicksPodcast, episode 75, recorded on March 15th, 2022. In this episode, we'll be sharing our gaming origin stories, sharing our first gaming experiences, and telling you where our love of games came from. My name is Dakota, and today I'm joined by Nathan.
Hello.
And Kaiser.
Hello.
Yeah, since it's a slow news week, we've decided to just take some memories out of our head and basically share our origin stories, so to speak.
Just a little trip down memory lane, if you call it that.
Yeah.
So many wonderful and awful memories.
So who wants to go first?
I'll let Kaiser.
Oh, you flatter me. Yeah, so honestly, like young kid, and honestly, I went to the arcade a fair amount, actually. When they were, a thing. Like there's obviously you got your shmups, your beat 'em ups, your claw. Oh yeah, your prize games.
Oh, the claw.
There was this one game really. It got me a little too competitive at times, but I love those memories. The memories are what count. Yeah, that game is King of Fighters 2000. Far from it's my honestly my personal favorite of all time. For one, it's just really crazy. Looks really good even to this day. The stages, the sprite work, everything really. It's just captivating. And then there's like the gameplay, which has like pretty standard fighting game stuff. You have your combos, you have your neutrals, you have the broken stuff. But it's just the aesthetics, the feel, even the music too, just everything just coming together more and more, really. It's just an experience.
So, Dakota, how did your gaming story or gaming journey kind of start off?
There's kind of a few. There's a couple angles you could go at. I think I think my youngest memory had to be with a Game Boy Advance specifically. It was a blue Game Boy Advanced SP, the one the clamshell design.
Wait. I had the same one.
Same
Sure
here.
everybody did.
Everyone did.
Okay. It's either the silver or the blue one.
Yeah, that's true.
Jokes when you have both.
I don't have both. I have a cousin who does.
Yeah, so I think I got that from a garage sale, if I had to remember. I would have to be really young, maybe like 8 or 9, if I would have to guess. Probably maybe even younger.
Wow. That's a steal.
Yeah, and I think we got it for a garage sale at I think my mom just brought it home one day, and it had, I don't know what other games it had, but I vividly remember Yoshi's Island for the Game Boy.
Oh yeah,
That was really fun.
Oh yeah, that also included other games, right? Because it's like basically I'm trying to remember the thing, but basically just included like 2 games at one.
Oh, it was the original Mario Bros. Game. Just like the other Super Mario Advance games.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh yeah, so it's called Super Mario Advance. Yeah.
Yeah, those were insane. I had well, actually, I'll let Dakota continue on.
Yeah, basically, I'm pretty sure that was the only game we had, but I played that game so much, and yeah, it's still fun. I still have memories. Oh, the big dude with the blue and white, I guess shorts, the big round thing, kind of growing to be a boss, and the final boss is, I believe, a giant Bowser Jr. or a giant baby Bowser or something. I might be confusing it with another game, but I still remember that game very vividly, and I think that was probably the cusp of like when I loved video games in general.
Now, if you're wondering where I started off, it's actually a bit of a muddy memory of sorts, but the biggest game that kind of kicked me off into gaming was Sonic Adventure 2, and I had it on the GameCube.
That's random.
Ooh.
Well, honestly, it wouldn't be random considering I used to be a very big Sonic fan, and then I kind of just dropped off when the Wii came by.
The arrow dropped off when we came by.
But yeah, like how do I say it? It's basically what taught me how to play games, in the sense of it set me up for a bunch of 3D platformers. It set me up for like how to play through various levels and like how the finish line's a thing. But yeah, I have very fond memories of that game, and I do remember being much better at that game than I am now.
Oh, what happened?
Well, actually, funny story. Because I was because I was a kid, I didn't really know how fragile discs were, and I ended up accidentally scratching up my copy of Sonic Adventure 2.
No,
So
bro.
for about a decade or so, I wasn't able to play that game anymore. And so instead I stuck with Sonic Adventure 1. The remastered version on the GameCube.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Actually
and
unfortunate.
that's where there's a bunch of other Sonic games I got into around that time, like Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Heroes. But the game I remember the most is Sonic Adventure 2. Just every level in that game, every like aesthetic that it brings is just so memorable. And there's no other game that ever challenges that. And that's like my first ever, I guess you could say, serious game, because other games I kind of just played around and I didn't know what I was doing. But this was considerably the first game that I actually knew how to play.
So you're telling me you actually owned a GameCube?
Yeah, I actually have a GameCube, like right now.
Dang.
Mine's right behind me. Actually, I just keep it there for like just a reminder of my sins.
I've been struggling with backwards compatibility on a Wii for years.
Wow.
Yeah, the thing is, it really depends on the model.
I think I did buy the Wii at launch. It was a Christmas present from my grandma.
What?
So yeah, we did find one in 2007 Christmas, which is insane. And then I think a couple weeks later, my mom found probably a decent stack of GameCube games.
Yeah.
From a garage sale, and it included a GameCube controller with the GameStop branding on it. So that means it's from the US somehow.
Oh boy, there's a lot, because there's a lot of the Mad Catz controller, if you guys remember.
Oh, I had that. That actually, the Mad Catz controller I had was a pretty busted one. It had like a turbo button, but it also screwed up my GameCube.
Yeah, too many inputs.
Yeah, okay, so like I don't know, I think it was some glitch with the turbo programming, but essentially it constantly crashed my GameCube every time I tried using it. I didn't even press the turbo button and it still crashed my GameCube. Like it would just shut off spontaneously, and that was it.
Talk about high APM action.
That's unheard of with those old consoles, like just crashing the entire console.
Yeah, this was like a very rare instance. Like this was like a 1 in a million defect. Like you would never hear about this anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's rare. Sell it for $1 million.
No. Okay, I actually got rid of the controller, unfortunately. But
Dang.
yeah, it was
I wouldn't blame you at all.
It was a defective Mad Catz controller, but yeah, I still have the memory card though. For Mad Catz, and they're way better than the ones Nintendo gave.
Oh, not wrong.
I still have my GameCube memory card too. It's one of the Animal Crossing ones.
We got the Animal Crossing one?
Yeah, it's with Rover on the front. Did you know that less than 10% of our viewers are actually subscribed? Click that little red button because that statistic is incredibly low. Like, guys, what is wrong with you? Seriously, this is ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys have any memories of like your first PC game? I have like my first ever PC game and then my first serious PC game.
Look, the first time I used a PC, like you all know, it was for like, hey, what if I get this game through dubiously legal means? If you're talking about Steam, oh boy, that's probably like Action Core, because like I was mostly like on console. Really, it's like no locals, so it's like whatever. The real answer is like Newgrounds Flash games.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Look, what else is a boy supposed to do on the internet? They're gonna wind up going on Newgrounds.
See, like my dad, he worked at an Apple like resale store, but it was like a partnered store or whatnot. So he always knew the technology for Apple computers. I had an Apple computer for years on years on years. I only got a regular Windows PC as of 2 years ago. So I didn't have much of an option for games on Steam on a Mac in 2010 or 2013 or whatnot. But like my earliest memories are I had like a little, literally like blackish brown Mac computer that would play whatever on, like Diner Dash, Dora's, Candyland. There was a video game. Like probably like all the Diner Dashes. Some game that you build a factory of teddy bears, and it was like a tycoon game, which was pretty cool. That's like a core memory of mine. I have no idea why, but I'd say like the first serious video game on a computer would be Portal 2. And what's really weird about it is I went to EB Games and literally bought the disc for a PC game.
Well, that's right. That's like
that's a
throwback. I don't think
that's a big throwback.
Yeah, I don't think I have the actual DVD anymore. I'm sure I could find it somewhere, but I had to, put it in my computer, download the game, and that was in 2013. I just looked it up. So I'm nearing in a year and a half, or about a year, I'm gonna get a 10-year. That's my 10-year anniversary for Portal 2. I'm still waiting for the third one.
There's honestly
it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. I'll say that till the day I die. I mean, they at the end of Portal 2, the GLaDOS or something did drag you back in.
You're probably wondering, how about me for PC? I'm not too known for playing PC games, which is, I guess, that's pretty well established at this point. But in terms of what I started with, you're probably gonna laugh at this. It's either going to be Star Wars Episode 1, the video game, which many people know was on PS1, or it was Tonka Big and Rigs.
Oh, Tonka
Big and Rigs. Dig and Rigs. Freaking like it's the one game where you use basically a toy set and you put it on top of your keyboard, and it makes it look like it's a truck, like it's a like all these controls on the truck with a bunch of levers, a steering wheel, a key.
Oh yeah, I see that.
That was that was the first game that was either that or Star Wars was the first game I grinded seriously on PC. But in terms of nowadays, I'm still, experimenting with PC gaming. I'm not really too big at the moment. Oh, point and click adventures though. That's a whole different beast. I actually have quite a bit to say about those games.
We probably just took up our entire childhood because they were educational games.
Yeah, they were educational games, but like there was just this weird sensation that it was just like an adventure game because you're technically going somewhere with the point and click games. It's just, through cutscenes and animations and all. It wasn't an actual interactive thing. Even then, they still designed them to feel like adventures, which is something I don't know how I enjoyed those, but it really clicked in with me at that time.
Yeah, honestly, just going for every nook and cranny, it's like, whoa, what's there? Whoa, what's there?
You know what's the most played point and click game I played as a child?
Oh,
it was the Lion King DVD bonus features. It was on the freaking bonus. It was on the bonus features disc, and that's the point and click game I played the most. I don't know how I got to that point.
I would like to say that sounds rough, but
the voice acting was good though. I gotta say, because they got the movie voice actors. So yeah, they got the original voice actors. So yeah, that was a plus. But wow, I don't know how I. Now, Dakota, have you had an experience with point and click games?
There's like the educational games with, I'm pretty sure, a rabbit, and they went through like each grade. It was a single thing.
Are you talking about the Jumpstart series?
I think so. And then I also played Math Blaster. That game was peak.
I don't remember that game.
And I think there was a Math Blaster online. Maybe not. Yeah, there is mathblaster.com, and you could literally make your own character, and it's like a
What the
3D
heck?
MMO,
What
and it
the
was
heck?
great.
MMO math game? Oh,
Yeah,
that
but like I
honestly
played the
sounds
original Math Blasters, and those were like that was like crazy. Barely any
yeah.
graphics.
Ooh, very like the most simplistic you can get. Well, okay, so I had a bit of a choppy history with first-person shooters, so it was more or less consistent. It was just choppy. So, I'm not sure if any of you know this, but the Medal of Honor series,
I love Medal of Honor.
the one that EA accidentally killed because of Battlefield.
Oh yeah. I actually do
Yeah,
really like Medal of Honor. I don't have like
yeah.
so many memories playing them, but Medal of Honor, that's takes me back,
My
actually.
first exposure to a sort of shooter game was Medal of Honor Frontline. Pretty much, like one of the last classic games. And for some reason, seeing that D-Day scene really clicked in with me. I don't know why. I was a kid back then, and for some reason, I just really liked the aesthetic. It was like all these soldiers are geared up for some sort of adventure. Well, maybe that's, maybe that's the case back then. But like I don't know. It somehow got me into playing shooter games, and the level design was unique in a way. It was actually compared to modern shooter games. Medal of Honor has this level of memorable
Detail?
level design and detail. Yeah, the levels were actually memorable. The music itself too. But that was only one game I kind of started off with, and after that, I got exposed to after the Wii came out, I got exposed to Call of Duty. My first COD game was World at War. Unfortunately, it was the Wii version, so I kind of missed out on the actual
The
good parts of the game.
Oh yeah, the biggest part.
The biggest part of the game.
The biggest part that
um,
mattered to some people.
and essentially, that's kind of where my whole journey with Call of Duty kind of kicked off. I went to COD 4 on the Wii, and then I got a PS3. Like like a year after that, and then I think I got Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops right as they launched, right as
Oh
Black Ops
wow.
launched. And then after that, I started following, like the latest releases. But instead of getting Modern Warfare 3, I actually decided to skip it because I was like, yeah, I could get a COD game, but then I could also get a Zelda game. And then so I decided to get Skyward Sword instead. And then after that,
Oh,
I decided to
that was,
return to COD.
oh wow. Oh, so
Yeah,
you skipped out
I
for
skipped. I skipped
yeah,
out on that game, but then
I
I got it
mean,
on the Wii. For some reason, I got Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii, and then,
oh,
then I
it
got
was on the Wii.
yeah, and then I kind of just kept going with COD up until they stopped making games on seventh gen consoles. It's like even though it was straightforward, it's still a really choppy adventure because I didn't really buy any like downloadable contents. But yeah, it kind of just set me onto a path that I didn't want to necessarily go down to in terms of what games I could choose. But yeah, that's kind of my history with first person shooters.
Wow, what a wild ride.
There's only one game that kind of took me out of it. Well, actually, two games. Uh, Breath of the Wild was one, and Splatoon 2 was the other one that kind of took me out of COD.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I was really glad. Like in hindsight, I was like, I didn't want to. I realized how many games I missed out. I'm like, oh wow, thank you Nintendo. And
Thank you. You could thank our Japanese overlords, yeah.
yeah, to be honest, there's really a lot of like memories to go down to, but I don't want to take the spotlight all the time. So
Well, what was your guys' first experience with like Pokemon? I think everybody had that phase.
everyone had the face, yeah, including myself. Now, how about you, Dakota? How did your Pokemon journey start off?
With Black 2, surprisingly enough.
Oh,
Oh, just like
I
most
don't
literally,
Pokemon.
remember when I got it, but I was at a local, not convention, but like a games meetup, where there was a bunch of tables and you could buy games. Well, I don't know what you
Yeah.
would call that. It was basically a convention.
Just a flea market?
More less of a flea market, more of a convention. There's a middle ground somewhere there. But anyways, I don't remember what I bought there. I don't know why I was there. But me and my brother with my dad ended up buying Pokemon Black 2 for myself, and then Pokemon Diamond for my brother. And we both had a DS XL at the time. I had a blue one, he had a black one, and we just played that for days. And we were totally hooked and addicted.
Damn, he got platinum. Alright, I'm just gonna do close combat on what's her name? Blissey. I'll be right back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then after that, I got a 3DS with Pokemon Y, and that Pokemon Y is still my favorite Pokemon game. So,
Well, I kind of started really close to the beginning. So I started off with Pokemon, well, with Gen 3, like the Gen 3, Gen 1 remakes. And surprisingly enough, it wasn't Fire Red. It was actually the Japanese one, Leaf Green.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have a copy of it. I don't know how.
You actually have you had the Japanese copy?
No. I don't have a Japanese copy. I have a pirated copy of the game.
Oh, don't you be legal? Don't you be
dubiously legal attempt, like copy. Basically, that's where I kind of started off my journey of Pokemon. Ironically, my brother was the one who had Fire Red, so I don't know what the heck was going on there. He still had his file on there, so I kind of didn't want to touch his file and delete his progress. So I kind of just played a pirated copy of the game, and for some reason, the whole adventure vibe that I gave off. See, that's the common theme. Like with almost every game, there's always a sense of adventure, and traveling in Fire Red it somehow clicked into me. The music, the aesthetic, even the battle system was really cool to me.
The sense of discovery really does. There was
that sense. The sense of discovery. And
what's the few in adventure games, man? Just adventures.
I don't know. I just like discovering things. It's in my nature, I guess. But yeah, that's my first Pokemon game. I unfortunately didn't play Ruby and Sapphire. But then, Gen 4 came around. I kind of skipped out on Diamond, Pearl, Platinum because my brother kind of played them to oblivion. So, there's no way I was going to follow his footsteps. But then the Gen 3 remakes came by. Gen 2 remakes, sorry. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I chose Heart Gold. My brother chose Soul Silver. And yeah, I kind of just went on from there. Pokemon Black and White came out. I chose Black. My brother chose White. And then after that, when the 3DS came out, I just kind of lost interest in Pokemon.
I wouldn't blame you, honestly.
Maybe I had pretty much how people reacted to the Diamond and Pearl remakes with the chibi art style. I kind of was blown away, and at the same time, I was alienated by the anime graphics that were introduced with the 3DS games. And that's pretty much one reason why I stopped playing Pokemon, because it wasn't that cute chibi art style that I was used to.
Thank you for joining us and discussing our gaming origin stories. We'd love it if you could follow us on Twitter and listen to future episodes on Spotify and iTunes. Join our community Discord server to continue today's discussion. And we'll see you next time on the SwitchClicksPodcast.